Hi guys, Mario Jacob here. I wanted to talk to you about something. I wanted to share one of my secrets. It's not really a secret, but I wanted to share one of my tips with you guys. You know how I always tell you about making sure that you make the right choices, that you balance out one meal, one day, and one week. So if you make wrong choices during your week, it's fine, as long as you make sure that you balance it out before and after that wrong choice. So I have my own recipe of a meal that is a savior for whenever I have to go out of my planning. You come back from work too late, too tired, with a headache. You just don't feel like cooking. And so if you have that prepped ahead of time, it will save your meal, it will save your day, and maybe even your week. So what is it? It's quinoa salad. I know that when I said quinoa salad, half of you feel like saying, oh, I'm gonna stop that video because it's so boring. Well, it's not boring. Seriously, I'm going to show you how to make it exciting, very tasty, very interesting, and that way you can have your savior at home as well. So the basis of my salad is quinoa. Now, I use 3-color quinoa. Sometimes I use white, sometimes I use red. Sometimes I use bulgur. Sometimes I use couscous. So the basis is a grain. Quinoa is probably my favorite, but since I do that meal almost every week, 1 week it'll be with couscous, 1 week with bulgur, and 1 week with quinoa. So, you do that. I usually prepare about 2 cups of the grain, and you put double the liquid, and it will do about double the quantity. And I will put that, once it's cooked, prepared, it's going to go into a dish once it's cold. And I'm not mixing it up with the rest of the salad, not ahead of time. I'm preparing my quinoa salad on Sunday afternoon, and I use it every day when I need it. So that is in a dish in the fridge. Then you add a protein to it. I like to put chicken breast. So I will cook 3 or 4 chicken breasts, and I just steam them, and sometimes I grill them. It doesn't matter. I mean, on a barbecue it tastes pretty good. It doesn't really matter how you cook it. Cook it the way you like it. And once that's done, I will dice it up and put it in a dish and leave it in the fridge. If I don't use the chicken, I could use fish. I don't like fish, but fish is a good option to do as well for that. You could put shrimp if you wanted in that salad. You could have 2 of those proteins, and one day you use the shrimp and one day you use the chicken. That would be fine. You could use any kind of legumes. If you're, like, I'm thinking about chickpeas, red kidney beans, any kind of beans. You could decide that one day you would make it with just beans as a protein. So just make sure that on top of your quinoa, you put some kind of protein. Good protein, healthy protein, okay? So you do that, then you put that in a dish. Then you're going to put anything that is a side. So I'm putting red bell peppers. I dice it up, put it in a small dish, leave it in the fridge. And then I do the same thing with onions or green onions. It depends. Sometimes I will dice up some sun-dried tomatoes. I really like to put olives. So we'll chop up some olives. Sometimes I use capers to give it a different kind of taste. I do what? Feta cheese. Feta cheese is a great option for me. I really love that. Light feta cheese is even better, but even if you're not using the light version, it's fine. So if you understand well, what you're doing is you're cooking ahead of time a grain, quinoa, probably. And then you're cooking or preparing a protein, and then some vegetables, and then other sides, like it could be nuts, it could be, like I said, olives, sun-dried tomatoes, things that you like. And then you have all of those ingredients. Most of the time it will be like 10 or 12 ingredients. So you have 10 or 12 dishes in the fridge. And the day that you want to make a lunch for work, or that you get back from work and you don't have the time or the will to prepare the meal, then you decide that you're going to dig in your quinoa salad. So you're going to take a bowl, a big bowl, you'll throw in some quinoa, some chicken, some vegetables, some of the sides that you like, and then I just put a bit of olive oil, lemon juice I really like, a little bit of vinegar, Sometimes I will put a bit of Dijon mustard, just things to make it tasty. Salt and pepper. You mix it all up and then you put it on your plate, and that's what your meal is. That is a very healthy meal. You can make it very exciting, very tasty, and it's not going to screw up your whole day, your whole meal, or your whole week because you weren't in the mood to cook. So that's my tip for you guys. It's my favorite, really. And believe me, before I started to eat well and eat healthy, I never tasted quinoa and I never tasted bulgur. I actually had some couscous before, but it was made with a whole lot of gravy and a whole lot of meat and stuff like that. So it wasn't the healthiest version. But I never had those things before because I wasn't a healthy guy and I wasn't into vegetables and all of that. So I would never think of making that kind of meal. But once now that I have been able to eat well and eat healthy, this kind of meal really is fulfilling. It's filling and fulfilling. It's actually very exciting, and I really like that. I like the fact to prepare it ahead of time, throw it together, and then go to work with my lunch, or have it in the evening. Anybody of my friends who are coming over, they're asking me, can you make a quinoa salad? And they don't have to have that. It's not, I have time and maybe I feel like cooking for them. But most of my friends will say, can you make your quinoa salad? Because they really love it. So that's how good it is. And you can make it different every meal, every week. And it's a go-to, it's a savior for your day or your week. I hope you guys enjoyed that tip. If you have tips, you could share them with me. If you have not already done so, please subscribe to my channel. Share it with other people you think this might be good for. And I wish you a very healthy, balanced day. Bye.